Earlier, I spoke with Kirkegaard about the referendum results. He's a research fellow with the Peterson Institute for International Economics. Take a listen. Jacob, thanks for joining us. Firstly, we knew going into this referendum that the polls showed that people were divided, 50-50 almost. But clearly this was a convincing win for the no vote. What do you put that down to?
Well, I think I put it down to the seemingly compelling story that the Greek government was able to tell the Greek people. And then the fact that equally it is clear that the yes side of the vote, the sort of traditional political establishment in Greece, completely failed to really put together a strong narrative, the result of which we have already seen in the resignation of the former Prime Minister Antonis Samaras as leader of the main opposition party, New Democracy.
Do you think it had to do with the fact that both Tsipras and the German finance minister and chancellor both said a no vote would not mean an exit from the Eurozone?
Well, I think that's hard for me to say. Because it's not really clear precisely what either Wolfgang Schäuble or Angela Merkel said with regard to exiting the euro, because no one really knows what exiting the euro means. But I think, unfortunately, what this vote will mean is that there is very, very little chance that the Greek banks are going to reopen anytime soon, which means that the domestic economic crisis in Greece is going to remain getting worse on a daily basis.
Alexis Tsipras, as you know, said the banks will open on Tuesday. You don't think that's likely? How quickly will the Greek government have to work with the ECB to make that happen?
Well, there's no doubt that Alexis Tsipras would like to reopen the bank Tuesday, but it's equally obvious that the ECB has a veto over it, because unless the ECB agrees to significantly increase the level of liquidity assistance that it provides to the Greek banks, they cannot reopen because they don't have any cash left. And the ECB has very clearly said that they will not do so unless there is the prospects of an agreement between the Greek government and the rest of the euro area, which is an agreement that I have to say the quite convincing no today has made ever more distant. So I think this could easily be months away, even in a good scenario.
Nobody believes that Greece can repay this debt. There are a lot of deadlines coming up over the next few weeks with regards to repayments. How crucial is debt relief going to be when these negotiations take place Monday and Tuesday?
Well, there's no doubt that the Greek government will make this a cardinal point in these negotiations. But I think it's equally clear that the euro area will be equally adamant that, quite frankly, they will not feel bound by the result of this referendum. They have their own domestic political democratic mandates, and none of those involve giving Greece debt relief anytime soon. So I think it'll be part of it, but the scale and the timing will remain very contentious. And therefore, ultimately, I'm very pessimistic now, actually, that a deal can be reached anytime soon.
We'll just have to wait and see. Kirkegaard, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it. And for complete coverage of the referendum, you can log onto our website at cnn.com. There you'll find details of what the no vote means for Greece's place in the Eurozone.